Fort Canning Park is a historic park located in the heart of Singapore's central business district. The park is situated on a hill and covers an area of approximately 18 hectares. The park has a rich history dating back in the 14th century when it was known as Bukit Larangan or Forbidden Hill in Malay. During the 19th century, the British colonial government built a fort on the hill to defend Singapore from potential attacks. The fort was named Fort Canning after Charles John Canning, the Governor-General of India at the time. The fort was built in the early 1860s and was one of the most important military installations in Singapore during the colonial era. After Singapore gained independence in 1965, the fort was converted into a military museum. However, the museum was closed in the 1990s and the fort was restored and opened to the public as a park in 1995. Today, Fort Canning Park is a popular recreational spot for locals and tourists alike. The park features a variety of attractions, including historical sites, gardens, and walking trails. Visitors can explore the park's many historic landmarks, including the remnants of the fort, the Raffles Garden, the Battle Box Bunker, and the Karamat Iskandar Shah, which is the final resting place of the last king of Singapore. In addition to its historic significance, Fort Canning Park is also a popular venue for outdoor concerts and cultural events. The park hosts a variety of events throughout the year, including the Singapore International Festival of Arts, the Singapore Food Festival, and the Singapore Night Festival. Overall, Fort Canning Park is a unique and important part of Singapore's history and culture, and it remains an important landmark and attraction for visitors to the city. One good thing here at Fort Canning is there is a water refill station. Let's check it out. Oops, no water. Oops, no water. OMG, no water, guys.
Once upon a time, there was a small village on the banks of Singapore River. The villagers there were hardworking and dedicated, but they lived in constant fear of attacks from the neighboring kingdoms. One day, a group of British soldiers arrived in the village and asked to speak with the village chief. The soldiers explained that they were there to help the villagers defend against attacks and offered to build a fortification on a nearby hill, which was known as Fort Canning. The villagers were grateful for the offer and welcomed the soldiers with open arms. But for over the next few months, the soldiers worked tirelessly to build the fortification, which would later become known as Fort Canning Fort. As the years went by, the fort played an important role in the defense of the village and the surrounding area. It also served as a government building and a center for cultural activities, with many important events taking place within its walls. During World War II, the fort was the site of several key battles between the British and Japanese armies. Despite being heavily damaged during the war, the fort was eventually restored and opened to the public as a museum. Today, Fort Canning Park is a beautiful and historic park that attracts visitors from all over the world. As you walk through the park, you can still see the remnants of the fort and imagine what life was for the soldiers and villagers who lived and worked there so many years ago. Fort Canning Park is a true testament to the resilience and determination of the people of Singapore, a reminder of the importance of preserving our history and heritage for future generations to enjoy.
this is the highlight of it all. So this is the tunnel. So I'm gonna show you guys how the tunnel looks like.